Sitting here.
Yep.
This is the one that might break.
Is it actually broken?
It's gonna sometime.
Well, I really didn't want to talk today's workout, but definitely wanted to make a video. And it's been a while since I've thrown anything out there, especially going into 2025. But like since prep is starting back up, my good friend Buzzy right here, he's going to be competing in the Brew City show, which is June 28th.
Yes, sir.
June 28th, Brew City is going to be in Waukesha at the Expo Center, just where Badger State was and everything. So we're both going to be doing that. I know a couple others too from here are going to be doing it as well, right?
Michaela.
Who?
The trainer.
Michaela.
From Evolve.
Okay, Evolve.
She is. I feel like there's someone else too.
I thought Austin was going to. Is Austin not doing it?
I don't think he's going to.
Okay, so he's not doing the show.
No.
Okay, so that kind of leaves out a couple.
Yeah.
Leaves out a couple, but that leaves us at least. So we're going strong. I know Buzzy's been like really itching to get back on stage. I've been itching to get back on stage. I was supposed to do Brew City last year. I think I mentioned it, but way too many things happened, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done with it. Let's revamp, go through my cycles properly, and just kind of find the right mentality to do it, because last year was tough. Buzzy, you did a show, right, last year?
Yep, I did Brew City last year.
You did Brew City last year. How was that with you last year?
First show is it's a learning experience, as I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
Teaches you a lot. Teaches you how difficult it actually is and how much of a grind it becomes at the end. It's really what you learn. You think you know, but you don't know until you do it, basically.
Correct.
But that's really where you learn if you actually want to compete in this sport or not, is actually doing a show. Because sure, we all love the lifestyle, but do you love getting up on stage? Like, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And for me, I loved it.
Yeah. It was like the best experience you've ever had. So, you know, that leads me into why I'm kind of putting this into the video, is because, like, should you bodybuild or should you just pursue the fitness career personally? And for a lot of people, you know, you walk into a gym and there's like, say, 300 people that go to this gym. I guarantee you no more than 5 people total will step on the stage, right? Like,
Pretty
such
much.
a low amount of people that will actually hit the stage, throw themselves out there and actually compete and like want to do it for the long run. But, you know, from your experience with what you've done, like, what was your hardest challenge in just to start prepping?
The mindset switch is the most difficult part, and being okay with your workouts starting it a lot rougher, mentally locking in, being able to handle, okay, I got an hour of cardio I got to do every single day.
Yep.
I'm gonna feel hungry. Got to fight through that, fight off the cravings. Those are like the biggest things that you don't realize until you get down there, how bad it gets, right? And just being able, the mental side of bodybuilding is what's difficult. Physically, I would say most people can do it. But mentally is where you really have to find the true reason within why you want to do this.
Yep.
And that's where you find out if you actually want to do it.
Yep.
And if, you know, or if it's just, you just want to live the fitness lifestyle, which is cool. Like, for a lot of people, it's an extreme sport. We're crazy as shit for wanting to do this.
Yeah, and it's a low percentage amount of people that want to do this, like I said before. And, you know, like Buzzy expressed, you know, your mentality is what matters the most when it comes to it. It seriously does. I remember when I did my last show at the Fox City Showdown, the last 2 weeks, peak week, horrible. My mentality was so far down the drain, I was this close to quitting. But I had my friends, I had a support system that was there to tell me, like, hey, get out of your head. You're doing this show. You're going to do great. Regardless of what happens, you wanted to do this from day one. Now you're about to do it. Finish. Like, finish the fucking race. And that's the one thing is that I express to a lot of younger kids that are seriously not even 21 years old yet. And they're expressing to me like, oh, I just want to get on Tren. I just want to get on Test. I want to get Deca, Primo, fucking Anadrol. I want to get on all of this gear and go and compete. And that pains me to hear, because when I was their age, not one person in the gym ever mentioned gear. Not one of us. It wasn't until I was like 23 when people started talking about gear. How old are you?
29.
29. when you first started working out, was there a lot of people talking to you about gear?
Nope.
Fuck no. But it has become such a normalized thing to want to get on gear when you've been working out for 6 months. That pissed me off.
Yep.
And that is what is wrong with the fitness industry right now. And like, another part of it is when a lot of guys and girls say that they're going to compete, go for a 3-4 month bulk, but then all of a sudden they just stop doing what they're doing.
See it a lot.
You see it a lot.
You see it a lot. They get burned out on the lifestyle.
On the
true
lifestyle.
bodybuilding lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, it's fine if you don't want to do that. Like, it's fine, but you have to be real with yourself.
Yes.
And understand, like, okay, if I'm going to compete in bodybuilding and do shows, like, there's a level of commitment and there's a level of sacrifice that you're going to have to be okay with. Social sacrifices. Like
Yes.
going out and partying, sorry, not going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Sacrifices with food, you know. You're down there, you better be ready to lock in and eat your chicken, ground beef, and rice for months and months and months. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You gotta lock that in, you know. Time you're gonna spend in prep, you're gonna spend most of your time doing prep. Between your workout, your cardio, your posing, and working, your day's done. Like,
your day is done. That's a really good point, is time consumption when you are in a prep. You're going to be making sacrifices, whether or not you have a family, whether or not you have really close friends, whether or not like you have super long work days, like 12, 14-hour work days. You know, they express more than times than not that like your sleep is a very, very big factor into the recovery process for you to promote muscle growth, which is so true. But then you ask yourself, how am I able to do this if I'm working 12 to 14 hours every single day? I still need to go do an hour lift with 40 minutes cardio afterwards, and then get proper food intake throughout the day and my sleep. You just need to be disciplined, right? It's discipline.
hands down.
There's 24 hours in a day. You can do a lot more than you realize.
You have to want it bad.
Correct.
In order for you to do good, you have to want it bad.
Yeah.
You just kind of want to do it, and
You saw somebody do it, and you're just like, man, I could do that.
That seems cool. Like,
come on.
I'm sorry, but if you don't really want to do it and you're not fully committed to doing the bodybuilding and the idea of doing a show just to do it, you're probably not going to do very well because there is not a lot of motivation behind that.
Right.
If you don't have the motivation, you're not going to be disciplined enough to get yourself to that level of leanness.
Yep.
Because, and you see it all the time at these regional shows, no offense to people, but a lot of people get to like beach lean.
Yep. Beach or fucking river
that's
lean.
great. That's cool. Like being beach lean's cool, but you want to do good at a show, beach lean ain't going to cut it.
No.
You know that. That's
no.
In these regional shows, you see half the competitors are like beach lean.
Yep.
And that's when the fun's just getting started. That's true bodybuilder.
And that's so key, is knowing where you're at with body mass index wise, like where your BMI is at, where you're at with actual muscle to fat percentage.
Yep.
So key into knowing, especially when it comes down to your cut, and like, am I chiseled? Am I defined? Do I still have a lot of muscle to me, or was that just all fucking water weight and fat?
You see it a lot of times. Your first show, you have a weight goal set in your mind of if I get down to this, I'll be shredded. Try about 10 pounds under that, usually.
Yes.
The first time.
100%.
If you think, 180, I'll be peeled. Probably like 165, 170 is actually what you think. Is actually we're going to have to be. And it mentally sucks.
Mentally, it sucks. And I get it. So, you know, there's guys that just want to be as big as Seth Feroce and Rich Piana and fucking Sam Tzu. Like, I understand that. But at the same time, some of those guys are just genetic fucking fiends. And it's not you. It ain't you, dog. It ain't me. It ain't him.
Nope.
Like, to an extent. There's certain aspects and ratios to understand that, like, for me, maybe one day I would try classic physique, but with how defined I am, with the body fat percentage I'm consistently at year round, regardless of what the fuck I'm dieting, workout regimen, and sleep intake, like, I am destined for men's physique. One, I love it. Two, it's simple, but it's just where my body is at. It's what my body is perceived to do normally compared to a classic physique guy. I'd be having to fucking just blast on everything, and I don't want to do that. But is it possible? Yes, it all comes down to the dedication
Patience.
and patience.
Patience.
Yeah, and routine. Like, genuinely routine.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. You know, I'm doing classic right now.
Yep.
And I love the look of classic, but I know I don't have a particularly small waist.
Sure.
I kind of have a more boxy structure, and I know that if I want to go far, anywhere in bodybuilding, open is where I'll probably have to go.
Yeah, eventually, right?
But I know I don't have the mass right now to compete with the open boys, so it's a matter of taking that time and being patient enough. Because yeah, you could blast a bunch of gear and get huge, but am I willing to take that risk with my health? No.
Correct.
No. Like,
and don't just take our word for it, like with the stuff that we take, or that I take at least, like, go, not experience, more or less experience, but like, go and, like, read the literature, go listen to the videos, learn and gain the knowledge yourself, and understand that, like, if I want to be a bodybuilder, and if I want to be at this stage, or at this level, I, more or less, am going to have to take X, Y, and Z shit. Straight up. Unless you want to do OCB and you want to stay natural, no offense, but like, if you want to be at the pro level, you are going to have to take shit. Is that something you're willing to live with? I know more times than not, I know guys that are so against it, I've lost 2 friends because I got out here.
And to me, that's just asinine because it's a personal choice.
Correct.
You have to weigh out the risk to reward ratio. Obviously, different compounds, different side effects, different risks. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And different uses also.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's about, and each person will react differently to different compounds. So don't just listen to your favorite influencer that says he ran a gram a test and 500 deca and it's the best cycle ever. That might blow your tits right up.
That could kill you.
Yeah. So always start smaller than what you think.
Yep.
You can always build.
Yeah, we were just talking earlier that less is more. And I'm not the only one that will fucking say that. Some of the best guys and trainers out there will legitimately tell you that less is more. If your body reacts to less, especially like say you're doing a TRT dose of 250, maybe less, and you're still progressively gaining muscle, like muscle weight, that's all you need to do. Just continuously work with that.
Yep.
Everything above that is just like a half or a quarter percentage more what you'll gain above what you're already making naturally. Mm-hmm. So it comes with its perks and comes with its side effects, but
and the truth behind it is too, if you're not healthy, that's going to cause its own issues within trying to get healed.
Yeah.
Your liver's not doing good, your kidneys aren't doing good, your lipids are out of control, your
libido's
hormones,
fucking just
yep, your hormones are all out of whack, your estrogen's high, you're getting like that's all going to affect everything too.
Yeah.
Like
such a common thing actually with younger guys.
Yeah, it's because they just blast a bunch of stuff. They have no clue how to control that.
No.
And you're gonna start gear, do your blood work. Get your blood work done.
Get your blood work done. You can literally go to your doctor.
Watch your health markers. Like, don't just blast a bunch of gear and
assume
leave it to
you're
chance.
Gonna be okay. Yeah, assume you're gonna be okay and never got your blood work done on a natural level.
Yes.
Right? So you never get your blood work done, and then all of a sudden you just go do a full cycle, 500 tests, 500 primo, and just go to fucking town with life. Oh, well, 5 months down the line, you're sitting in a hospital bed because your heart damn near exploded, and you have gynecomastia, as well as your
blood pressure's through the roof.
Blood pressure's, just...
Hematocrit's out of control.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot more to it than just, gear isn't magic. It's just... It's the cherry on top.
It is.
It's really what it is. If
you
optimize everything else, your nutrition, your sleep, your training, don't train like a pussy, which I see all too much.
Yeah.
Then, okay, you have all those in check for a couple of years, then you want to go big time, then you can consider gear. But until you do that, don't just blast and think that's going to make you an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
It ain't.
It ain't it.
It ain't it,
dog.
Wish it was, but it ain't.
We wish.
Yeah.
But Buzzy, thanks for joining me on this video.
Anytime, man.
This is what I wanted to try and get out there, because so often nowadays I hear people say that they want to compete, and then all of a sudden they just stop. And I'm like, you were dialed in for a month. Why couldn't you turn that into 2 months or 3 months? Or I have the same kids that are 19, 20, 21 years old that have been working out for 1 year and tell me that they're now taking a TRT cycle or they're taking gear. And I'm just like, dude, please watch this video back and understand that there are going to be a lot of sacrifices you're going to make. There's a lot of health concerns you're going to make. And what it comes down to is your mentality above all else. So please take this video with a grain of salt, but also watch other YouTube videos and understand that like whether or not bodybuilding is something you really want to pursue or not is entirely up to you. But just know that this is at least our input from two bodybuilders ourselves on what you should not look out to do when you're prepping.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
100%.
thanks, buddy.
Absolutely.
All right, that's it for this video. If you haven't, please go to Instagram, check out Greek Fit. My boy Max has been fucking blowing up. And he's just been making awesome content.
I didn't know how I was
Yes! You should do a pose in the back.
It's cold out. I let him know about my ability.
Yeah. Ryan, the fucking gorilla of the house.
Yeah.
But anyways, so please go check out Greek Fit. My boy Max has been killing it. If you also want to come to Premier Fitness down here in Appleton, you can get all of his gear in store, in-house. If you want to check out Buzzy, I'm going to put his link up in right here, little box for you on his Instagram, so you can go and check him out as well. He does coaching as well. So if you need coaching, hit this man up. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Peace. Cool.